Awesome. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so today's reading, as you can see by the title, is going to be What is the Tea on You? Okay, so we're going to be getting what the tea on you is. Now, I have 3 piles for you guys today. All right, so we're going to start off with the pile selection. So, pile number 1, I haven't flipped these over, so I don't even know what they are. Pile number 1 is Heed Your Dreams. Okay. And then pile number 2, Calm in the Storm. All right. And then we have pile number 3, Let 2 become 1. Ooh, that's the clearest I've ever seen a card. But now I'm blurry. No, no, no. We do not like that. Okay. I think that's a little better. All right. Awesome. So I'm going to hold all of them up for you so you can choose your pile. Let's see here. Pile number 1, Heed Your Dreams. Pile number 2, that's pile number 2. Shoot. Calm in the Storm. No. Oh, yeah. And then pile number 3, Let 2 become 1. So when you're watching this on the playback, feel free to pause. Just give yourself some time. All right. Awesome. Let us begin. All right. Let's see. Now, disclaimer. Not me being blurry still. I did not see that. I did not see that. Hold on. Please, let's get it together. Goodness gracious. All right. It is what it is. We're going to go with it. Flow with it. All right. Awesome. All right. So, pile number 1. Let's get started. What is the tea on you? We have the King of Swords reverse, Santa Martha, and Babalu Aye, which is definitely from Yoruba. I think that's an Orisha. Let's see. Now, bear with me. I've been saying this for like weeks now. I bought a deck in Spanish. I don't know Spanish, so I do have to translate these 3 cards right here. Okay. So just give me 1 second. Not me. Not having my phone. Oh, my daughter was charging my phone for me. Hold on. Un momento. Un momento. Okay. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Let us see, child. All right. So with the King of Swords reversed, we have keep fighting. They will come to win it. You are the King of Swords. Interesting. I'm already getting that the tea on you. Okay, you know how iron sharpens iron, right? The tea on you is that because maybe you're somebody who picks your battles, people thought that they could spar with you verbally or even mentally. Like, even if people tried to play mental games with you, they thought that they were better, that they had one up on you. And people are finding out that that's not the case. And Actually, what I'm getting too, which is obviously not in the card, but I'm also getting that you're able to do it with humor. So there's something about your wit that people thought that they could take on, and they're discovering that they can't. Okay. All right. Santa Marta. Let's see here. Your most difficult problems will be solved, and you will be and you will put an end to your difficulties. Your family environment will improve. Okay. Oh, I'm already getting some family gossip, right? All right. And then Babalu Aye says, it's not reading. One second. Take care of your health, open possible disease, even venereal diseases. Take care of yourself with contagion. Be careful and cautious. All right. It's funny because what I'm actually getting, and take this only if it resonates. The tea on you is that you don't. Okay, whenever you go to a certain family member's house, and let's say it's not even blood family, but someone you consider family, they're talking about how you're either the first person to get sick and you spread it to everybody, or the fact that when everybody gets sick, you're the only one who's untouched, or you get it the least. Um, One second. It feels dark. Yeah, so I'm getting that, but I'm also getting family gossip on you. Now, what I'm getting here is that there are people in your family who are talking about things that occurred in the past, and they're actually seeing your perspective of things now if they didn't before. So there's something about having time to reflect on certain things where people are now understanding your position. So let's say you had a family spat, or you had specific members in your family that were going against you, trying to make you seem like, I don't know, you were such a terrible person, or I'm getting here disrespect. Somebody accused you of being disrespectful, or a group of your family members accused you of being disrespectful. And people are finding out now that if you were disrespectful, the reason for it was called for. People are actually understanding your position. I feel like this camera's too high. People are actually understanding your position, and I dare say taking your side in things here, actually. So you're being vindicated. And also, I was getting something about your mental health. The tea on you is that your mental health is improving. So you might be somebody who people saw you go through a dark time. Maybe you were going through a bout of depression. Maybe you were someone who was very obviously anxious about things. I'm hearing that people are able to tell that your mental health is improving. I'm hearing strong. So the tea on you is that you're strong. Now I'm hearing black sheep. So the tea on you is that, and I'm actually not getting this being a discussion. The tea on you is that people are collectively realizing that you weren't really the problem the way that a specific person or a specific group of people tried to make you out to be. So that's the tea on you. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well being. that goes hand in hand, literally, with what I said with your mental health improving. For some of you, it may be physical health, but I am getting mental health very strongly here. And then get creative and heed your dreams. Huh. I don't know what that's about. Get creative. Heed your dreams. The T on you is that you have such a different perspective that people almost consider your mind or your thought process alien. So even if people might not exactly say that you're intuitive, they might not use that word, um, or they might not even say, you know, put it in the sense that you're tapped in. The T on you is that there is a way that your mind works that they don't understand, but it's almost like they get it because later down the line, they're able to see, first of all, something you have said or things that you have said have been coming to fruition or have been happening. Um, so people are actually paying attention to the things you say because, and I mean, this is just people's opinion, but some things that you say sound nonsensical or almost like you just pulled them out of the sky, but then later on you're proven to be right. Hmm, that's a T on you. Is that maybe you're not somebody that people consider a logical person, but they can't discount you now because the things that you say actually happen. But I don't think they would label you somebody as like a intuitive or a psychic or like any woo woo stuff like that. But I think people are taking note of the fact that just because you might think differently from them doesn't mean that they need to shut off your ideas or um, not listen to what it is that you're saying. So the T on you is actually that you're proving people lot wrong in a lot of ways. There are things that about you that are being reversed in real time in people's minds. That's the T on you. The T on you is also that you've matured. There's something about you growing up. But I feel like it's more of like an emotional or psychological thing. It's not like an age thing. There's something about your maturity standing out here. And that's the T on you. All right. So, pile number 3, I am going to pull some cards for you. So, we're just going to do the tarot. And we're just going to do a quick little boom, bam, bam. I didn't say that the way I wanted to. I wanted to say, Peekaboo by Kendrick. Boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of you wouldn't understand. Ah, that's so interesting that I channeled that. The type of stuff I'm on you wouldn't understand. So people are saying that your mind, there's something intriguing about the way your mind works. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Benevolent spirit guides. What does the collective need to know? The T on you is that there are some people who are suspecting you of doing like juju or witchcraft behind the scenes. And there are people where they're not sure, but there's an inkling. It's like people have some sort of suspicion. Benevolent spirit guides. What? Oop, oop, oop. Okay. The tea on you is that there are people, and I'm getting that it's more than one person, but there is specifically a past romantic connection that you have that is being highlighted, but multiple people feel like, how can I explain this? It's almost like people feel like if they piss you off, or if they end up having some sort of disagreement or spat with you or something like that, if they annoy you or whatever the case may be, that it's going to affect them somehow spiritually or energetically speaking. So, the tea on you is that people do not want to ruffle your feathers because they feel like there may be some sort of repercussion that they face. And it's honestly directly. It's directly tied to the fact that people think that you dabble. The tea on you is that your empathy and your care have limits. The tea on you is also that you're not afraid of burning bridges. The tea on you is that you won't pretend to um like somebody, or let's say you're not somebody who tolerates people that you are not fond of. So maybe you'll say hi and bye, but you'll keep it at that. You won't entertain any conversation, or if you are pulled into a conversation, you keep it short. The tea on you is that you're not affected by other people's opinions. The tea on you is also that you're cold hearted. What? Yeah. The tea on you is that you're cold hearted. Now, I have a feeling that's not true. From what I'm seeing in the cards, I have a feeling that's not true. But that's the tea on you. All right, pile number one. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Um, we are going to be moving on to pile number two. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the them um, to help my tiny little channel grow. All right. That's interesting. I didn't really get much from this Get Creative and Heed Your Dreams cards. I mean, I did, but it was only one thing. That's not typical. Yeah, people really think that you're somebody who's like extraordinary, like out of this world. Like, yeah. Oh, I can't believe I'm still on pile number one. Okay, before we move over to pile number two, people feel like you are a rare type of person. Um, there's something about you that they don't encounter in most people they come across. All right, let's really leave it there. Awesome. Okay. Pile numero dos. Pile number two. Your card is Calm in the storm. I love this card. Calm in the storm. I love this card so much. It's so. What does iridescent mean? Does that mean like reflective? Iridescent. I gotta look that up. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Don't mind me. Iridescent, showing luminous colors that seem to change when seen from different angles. Exactly. Yeah. Not me knowing words that I don't really know for real. Seems very iridescent. So some of you, for my feminines, whether you're male or female, you could have chrome nails. That's a T on you that people really like your nails, even if they're chrome. Even if they're not chrome, I mean, people really like your nails. Interesting. All right, what else do you have? You have key into wisdom. Fierce. Something fierce about you. And even if you're masculine, it's not in a flamboyant way, but there is something very fiery about you. Huh. Okay. See, the spirit of love. Simon Bolivar. And then we have one of the Orishas, Elegua. Elegua. Okay. So I got to translate these Spanish cards. Give me 1 second, please. Spirit of love. I feel like this one's pretty self-explanatory. A person really rejoiced, fed by love. I hope it can be reciprocated. Okay. The tea on you is that you get a lot of compliments behind your back. A lot of compliments behind your back. And you might not believe me because it's behind your back, but that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that very strongly. You get a lot of compliments behind your back. And then Simon Bolivar, you're going to be tied to some debts and you will be committed to responsibilities that don't even correspond to you. Are you a manager? Are you a leader of some sort? The head of the household? And then Alegua. We have some doors in your life will be closed, but others will open. New opportunities in your life. The tea on you is that people can tell that you're coming out of a hard time. So this is how you're going to know this is your pile for you. There is something that really hit your life like a whirlwind, and people are watching you come out of that. And the tea on you is that I'm not okay. Tracking your progress sounds very invasive, right? But people are very curious about what your next steps are going to be. People are very curious about where you're going to end up next. People are very curious about what it is that you are doing in your spare time. There's a lot of curiosity around you because people have seen you come out of a time. I'm hearing that there are some people that have seen you at your lowest. That there are some that are rooting for you for sure, but I'm also hearing that a majority of them are actually just very curious and nosy. So the tea on you is that people are actually prying about information about you to see what it is that you have going on. So you must be somebody who keeps things close to your chest. Or maybe you just don't interact with as many people as you used to, or maybe you just don't come around the same people or the same spaces that you were in before. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. The T on you is that you dug yourself out of a hole, a very deep hole. And if you haven't done that, people can see that you are doing that, or that you're making a path to do that for yourself very soon. That's a T on you. With key into wisdom, the T on you is that you're not as self aware as you think you are. Now, don't internalize that, because just because that's what people think doesn't make it true, right? But the T on you is that you have blind spots regarding yourself that you don't see. So you're somebody that people may walk on eggshells with you and be hesitant to, I guess, address certain things that they feel like you are either neglecting, or that you can fix, or that are blockages. There's something here about people being afraid to be transparent with you about how they view certain things in your life. Um, but that's not your problem. That's not your problem. And that's also not necessarily true. Because what I'm also getting is that people may not actually understand what it's like to walk in your shoes. That's what I'm getting. Hmm. So your spirit guides might actually be um, protecting you from unnecessary criticism. Calm in the storm. Okay. The T on you is that you're a lot better at handling conflicts. You're a lot better at managing your emotions. You're not as quick to anger. Um, the T on you is that people can't tell how you feel anymore. Actually, I think this makes people feel unsettled, that they can't tell how you feel anymore. So maybe you were somebody who was extremely reactive, or maybe you're somebody who um, wore their emotions on their face, like you couldn't hide how you felt about anything. Yeah, that's a T on you. That people feel uncomfortable by the fact that they're unable to read you now the way they were before. Yeah, the T on you is that you are admired by a lot of people, and even people you wouldn't even expect admire you. All right, let's see. Wow, I just got hit with a wave of sleepiness. I just got really sleepy. So the T on you, and this is something that you've probably heard before, so it's not anything new that I'm saying. But the T on you is that you love your sleep. The T on you is that you could fall asleep at the drop of a dime. The tr- this the I almost said the steep. The T on you is that you need your beauty sleep. When you're not well rested, the T on you is that you can be a lot to deal with. That is a T on you. The T on you is that you may experience um, a lot of like cognitive delays or brain fog. Um, And that's when people are able to tell that maybe you're not as rested as you should be. That's the T on you. Benevolent spirit guides. What is the T on pile 3? What is the T on pile 3? Benevolent spirit guides. Benevolent spirit guides. What is the T on pile 3? I don't know why my live chat isn't working. Can't see. Benevolent spirit guides of pile 3. Excuse me. Benevolent spirit guides of pile 3. The T on you is that you have a lot to look forward to in life. The T on you is also that you're fun to hang around, you're fun to drink with, and you're fun to make future plans with. Okay, so here's what I'm getting is that you're a multifaceted person. So the T on you is that you're the type of person that can have fun and show up for your responsibilities at the same time. So you're somebody who's great to party with, also have deep conversations with, get advice from, and plan a future with, or like future projects. Not necessarily romantically, like future projects or trips, even outings like a dinner. You're somebody that um, people know that you would just have it all together. You would think of all the things that need to be thought about to be prepared for, you know? The T on you is that you're exclusive with who you show or who you give your heart to and who you show your care to. The T on you is also that maybe you don't value money as much as the average person. Like, of course, we all want to have money, but it's not a priority to you as much as it is for other people. Only take that if it resonates. The T on you is that people feel like they don't really know who you are anymore. People feel like you have shifted and transformed in a way where you're unrecognizable to them, so they don't know how to handle you. They're not sure how to start conversations or keep conversations going because they feel like they're talking to a different person, not a completely different person, obviously, but there is a part of you that they can tell is no longer. The T on you is that people feel away when they see you treating people with care or maybe even with kid gloves or treating people in a certain way that is extremely nice and then not receiving that treatment from you. So people could feel like, why isn't pile two giggling and laughing with me like that? Why isn't pile two offering me their snacks? Why is pile two um, not showing me this funny reel on Instagram on their phone, you know? How come pile number two isn't walking up to me and starting a conversation? Why do I have to walk up to pile number two to initiate anything? So people are feeling a way about the fact that you are extremely exclusive, and I'm hearing the word stingy with your time and energy. And the T on you is also that you don't care about how people feel about that either. There's something about sleep here. So I guess the tea on you is that you need a lot of sleep. Or maybe just you haven't been getting enough. Hmm. The tea on you is also that you will follow your goals and your desires. Now, the tea on that is also that some of these goals and desires just stay like being ideas instead of coming into fruition. The tea on you is that you're not concerned with fixing or patching up relationships with people that you've either drifted from or completely fallen apart in terms of your connection to them. The tea on you is that it's hard to get close to you. People don't know what avenue to go down to get close to you. Hmm. Okay. All right. Pile number two. That is your reading. I hope that resonated for you guys. Please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the ting them for the algorithm to help my tiny little channel grow. All right. So we are going to be moving on to pile numero tres. And now my eyes feel like closing. This is insane. It's like the further and further I go into the reading, it's like the more and more trained I get. That's so interesting. Let's see. Last pile. We're going to power through this one. Yes, we are. We sure are. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look. Do I want to use this? No. Okay. I'm going to use this one then. Okay. Pile number three. Your card is let two become one. Hmm. Your worlds are colliding. Let's see if something about that comes out later on, but that's what I heard. Your worlds are colliding. Black bear, sync with the cycle. Happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Your worlds are colliding. Hmm. Okay, so there's something coming in here about the fact that you might be somebody who is, let's say, a circle trying to fit in as a square. There's something different about you compared to the people that you are around. So maybe you're somebody who comes from a friend group or even a family that prioritizes, excuse me, I'm so sorry, that prioritizes things like math, science, and all that stuff. Meanwhile, you're creative, right? But this is my little mama card. So let me finish my thought. But you're creative, and instead of completely going the creative way, maybe you tried your best to actually just fit into, like, let's say, just become an accountant or just to work behind a desk or just like, you try to live your life according to how you've been conditioned to based on the people who are around you. And there's something about your worlds colliding where the part of you that is more creative, the part of you that, is eccentric and thinks outside of the box is going to be integrated with, this more rigid, um, or yeah, this rigid side of you, or this part of you where you have expectations that you need to fulfill by society standards. Doesn't this look like little mama? Hold on. I hope it focuses on it. Please focus. It's focusing on my on my thing. Guys, I know y'all see it, right? That looks like little mama. But that's oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah. Mm. Now she is a force. Let me translate it. We're gonna translate all three of these cards. Okay, oh yeah. Authoritarian, dominant, central, strong, temperament. There's an intensity to you guys. The T on you, oh gosh. All right, take this with a grain of salt. The T on you is that people assume that you'd be really good in bed. The T on you is that people want to be dominated by you in that regard. Okay. Be careful with betrayal. Do not show weakness. That would make your enemy stronger. Okay. And then Cupid reversed. Love will not be on your side. This letter represents forgetfulness and separation. The T on you is that you left somebody high and dry that people didn't expect you to separate from so quickly and so easily. And the T on you is that this person is stuck on you. There's somebody who's stuck on you because of the fact that things weren't supposed to happen the way they did, right? Um, you weren't supposed to leave. You weren't supposed to fall out of love with them or end up disliking them. Um, you weren't supposed to. I'm hearing iron fist. So you weren't supposed to put up boundaries with them. That's not anything that they expected from you. You might have been very vulnerable with this person, like cried in front of this person or because of this person. You may have been very transparent with this person, told them how you felt, told them what you wanted. Maybe you guys were planning certain things for the future, or you got really close without a title, or let's say this was even a relationship. Let's say there was more that you expected out of this, and this is something that everybody basically knew. So with your separation from this person, it came as a huge shock to not just this person, but everybody else because they did not expect you to up and leave. I'm hearing get a backbone. So some people might have felt like you were either under this person's spell, figuratively speaking. But for me to phrase it that way, because I don't usually speak like that, this person might have actually tried to, you know, do some things to bind you. And maybe that's why this person is so shocked. Because let's say it wasn't like, magical. Let's say, it wasn't through a ritual or anything. This person might have had certain tactics that they used that was almost like foolproof. Not well, yeah, it's in their mind, not almost, but 100% foolproof. That if they say this and do this and wait this amount of time and give you a good time between the sheets and this, that, and the other, they had like a whole formula. and that formula works. And they didn't expect it to not work on you, which is why this is so surprising. There's something about you too that's extremely powerful and intimidating to people. Getting specifically love interests that makes them want to like soften soften it. It's almost like people feel like they have to soften you so that they don't feel this intensity from you because it feels uncomfortable. And when I say that, I'm not saying that you make them feel uncomfortable. I'm saying that one, your energy is extremely potent, and two, their feelings for you are extremely potent and intense, and they do not like that. I suddenly got like a surge of energy, and I'm feeling a little like hot. So people feel like they can't handle how they feel about you. And the only way that they can stand next to you or feel even worthy of being around you, that's interesting, being worthy of being around you, is to dim you so they feel like you guys are on equal footing. I'm feeling very hot. So you guys might have some really hot spirit guides who do not like that. They do not like that. And they're the ones who are backing you in this sense. So the T on you is that this intensity that people feel from you is because your ancestors are so close to you, or your spirit guides are so close to you. I'm feeling this rush of heat again. I don't know. There's something about how hot you make people feel. And it's not just in a physical sense where it's like, you know, um passionate in the bedroom, but I'm getting also passionate in their heart space. And that's not something that people are prepared for. And they feel uncomfortable with that feeling. So they don't like that. So they want to do away with it as quickly as possible. See how I got this? Like, I was extremely sleepy when I started this reading. And then I got this surge of energy as I was, channeling this stuff for you. So I'm getting that you evoke emotions out of people that they didn't even realize that they could access. So if you're somebody who deals with people who are nonchalant, and you'll know this is your pile if it's happened to you, people who are nonchalant, who are just like, whatever, they don't care, actually get into like arguments with you or get angry with you, mad at you, or try to get a rise out of you. They want to poke and prod um, to get you into your emotions, to have you act out. Or they themselves are doing this where they get so triggered that they go into a rant and have an outburst. But this person is naturally a nonchalant person. So that's the T of you, is that you make nonchalant people chalant. Now, you've had to have had an experience where you did see somebody act out of character in terms of, like, getting extremely passionate, if maybe that's not what they normally do. But what the T on you is that you have this person's family and friends and people around them going, what is pile number three doing to this person? Because like they're like freaking out and stressing out over this person and talking a mile a minute and so angry at this person. What is pile number three doing to this person? That's a T on you. Ooh. The T on you is that you, this is very specific, but based on how people react to you emotionally, specifically, obviously, with what I'm about to say, obviously, it is specifically love interests. People assume that you're good in the sheets. You have a magic ding-a-ling or a magic box. So that's the tea on you. Because I'm almost getting a conversation or like this person's or, your romantic interests, um, close friends and family members kind of being like, it doesn't seem that serious. Like, I wouldn't be acting this way. What would cause somebody to respond this way to somebody? Unless, they know what they're doing in the bedroom. That is the tea on you. Hmm. That is a very interesting reading. Pile number 3. All right. So I want to thank you guys so much for choosing me as your reader and clicking on this reading. And if it resonated for you, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things to help my channel grow. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.